Hey guys, I got onto Tier List Maker and started making this tier list. This is a tier list of every Marvel movie there is. So right now the tiers are God level, amazing, love it, pretty okay, and not that replayable. So this is arranged in an order that I just randomly threw together. So let's start it. First up is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I think this was a really good movie. Now, I'm saying this all off the top of my head. I haven't come up with these beforehand. So I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a really good movie. I think the story building was really good. I think Ego's plot line was really good, despite him blabbering on a lot. So I think I'm going to put this movie, I think I'm going to put this movie, where did it go? Oh, here it is. I'm going to put this movie into Love It. Next up is Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming was an amazing, really good movie. We got a movie with Spider-Man in the MCU focused entirely on Spider-Man, and that's just amazing. Spider-Man has always been my favorite Marvel character, so just by default, it's going up in God level. So now we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp was refreshing, I guess I could say. I liked it. It didn't really have any main villain at all. I don't know. It was just pretty okay, so it's going in pretty okay. Next is the first Ant-Man. I really liked this movie. I liked the villain. I liked the whole quantum realm thing, battling with miniatures, making other things, different sizes. I don't know. It was pretty cool. So I think I'm going to put this in Love It. Next up is Age of Ultron. Now, Age of Ultron, all of the main Avengers movies were really good. Like, really good. And Age of Ultron, in my opinion, is the worst of the bunch. There's not much to say about it. I liked Ultron. This is still a really good movie. Just does not live up to the other Avengers movies. So I'm going to put it in amazing. Next we have Infinity War. Next we have Black Panther. Now Black Panther was a really good movie. Just R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman. It was really sad, but I think Black Panther was a really, really well-made movie. So I'm just gonna put it in amazing. I loved this movie. Next we have Captain America Civil War. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like this as much as Winter Soldier. I thought it was a little overwhelming. They basically could have named it Avengers 2.5. I still thought it was a really good movie, so I think it's going to go in Love It. Next we have Winter Soldier. Now, a lot of people say that this wasn't actually that good of a movie, but a lot of people say this was an amazing movie. And personally, I think this was just a really, really good movie. I loved basically everything about it, so it's going in amazing. Next is Captain Marvel. And I didn't like Captain Marvel that much. I thought it was cool, and it was definitely, compared to standards of normal movies, it would be an amazing movie, but compared to the standards of Marvel movies, it's going in pretty okay. Next up is Doctor Strange. This was a pretty good movie. I really liked Doctor Strange. I really liked all of the MCU movies, but just the character in general of Doctor Strange, I love the whole mystic magic thing of it. So I think it's going in Love It. Next is the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, the original Guardians of the Galaxy was really good. It was a really good movie. I loved a lot of stuff about it. Turning such a sappy line as "We Are Groot" into an emotional roller coaster for everyone was really cool. So it is going in amazing. Next up is Avengers Endgame. You don't have to say much about Endgame. Next is Iron Man 2. A lot of people didn't really like this movie that much. I actually really liked Iron Man 2. Just quick disclaimer in the middle of the video. This is just don't be angry with me. This is my opinion, but next we have Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 was a really solid movie. It was the second MCU movie to reach $1 billion. It was just really, I mean, I don't have much to say about it. It changed. Every movie after it was just up. So I'm going to put it in amazing. Next up is the original Avengers. Now, this was a really, really good movie, but I didn't like it as much as Infinity War Endgame. I think it was still a really good movie, and just out of complete respect, putting it in God level. Next is Captain America: The First Avenger. I didn't like this movie that much. I don't know. It was a really good origin story, but it wasn't much than an origin story. I don't know. There's something about it that I didn't really like that much. So it's going in pretty okay. Incredible Hulk. I actually really liked this movie. This was a good movie in my opinion. Not as good as any of the others, but it was a solid movie, so it's also going in pretty okay. Next we have the original Thor. This movie wasn't that good. It was a pretty boring movie in terms of action and all that. The plot was pretty good, but I don't know. I can't really say much else about it, so it's going in pretty okay. Thor Ragnarok. I freaking love this movie. So Thor Ragnarok. I love the comedy aspect. I love every aspect of this movie. So it's going in God level. Next up is Thor: The Dark World. Next we have Spider-Man: Far From Home. I thought this was better than Homecoming, actually. I thought this was a really good movie. This was my favorite Marvel movie for a little bit, but then I changed my opinions a bit. So I really liked this movie. It's going in God level. And finally, the original Iron Man. Solid movie to start off the MCU. It changed cinema. It straight up changed cinema. It was, oh my God. But in terms of how it holds up now, it's not as good as many of the others. So it is going in amazing. Alright, so now we've reached the end of the tier list, and I'm going to do some rearranging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reevaluate some of my choices now, and rank them. Whatever is the highest, whatever is the closest to the word is the best, and it'll be going, so whichever is the first and whichever is the last, that's going from best to worst in that tier. So the only one that I actually want to change is I want to put the original Avengers down in amazing. Alright, so don't have to do anything for Not That Replayable because it's just one movie. Pretty okay. I think the tippy top pretty okay is Captain Marvel, then Ant-Man and the Wasp, then Hulk, then First Avenger, then Thor. In Love It, I think the tippy top of this is Doctor Strange. Oops, this is hard to do. Then Civil War, and then Volume 2, and then Ant-Man. In Amazing, the tippy top of Amazing would be Winter Soldier. Why isn't it going in the top? There we go. Then would be Black Panther. Come on, there we go. Then would be Iron Man 2. Then would be the original Iron Man. Oops. Come on. There we go. Then would be Iron Man 3. Oops. Yep. Then would be Guardians of the Galaxy. Then Age of Ultron, and then the original Avengers. Oops. Original Avengers before Age of Ultron. Here we go. Then in God level, I think I'm going to put Ragnarok at the top. Then Endgame. Then Far From Home. Then Homecoming, and then Infinity War. So this is my tier list for all of the Marvel movies. Hope you liked it. Hope you didn't get angry at me for my choices. And for now, peace out, my